Hello. Can anybody hear? Hello. Yeah. Hello. Have you seen the link? Okay. Okay, no wahala. Hello, hello. Ade, I don send link o. Uh, okay, no wahala. Hello. Okay. Okay. I can see we have everybody here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure everybody can hear me, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure everybody can hear me, right? Okay. 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 Welcome. Today is second session. Sorry for starting out late. Had small glitches. No excuses. We'll start off, instead of using my board, we are going to use my screen. And I hope you can see the screen well. Okay. So for those of you who tried out example 3, I want to see if any questions in regards to example 3, because today we'll move to example 4 on consolidation. So example 4 would help us on a harder question. So I'll share the screen with you now. Voila, voila, voila. Any questions on example 3? If not, move to example 4. I said it's too faint. It's too faint. Okay, we'll move to example 4. I've not heard anything apart from it, but I said it's a bit faint. Example 4, I'm sure you have your study material with you there. Okay, we'll move to example 4. I've not heard anything apart from it, but I said it's a bit faint. Example 4, normally it said summary statement of financial position as at 31st of March 2014. So this is just to help us consolidate on our consolidation skills. So we'll move down to requirements. It says prepare the consolidated statement of financial position for the Jenny Group as at 31st of March 2014. What we're going to do today is mainly find out our skills on what we learned the last time and any gray areas which you have. We would talk about them for now. So step 1, we said open up, for this kind of question, we said open up your consolidated statement of financial position. So this is consolidated dated, I'll just say CSFP. Jenny Group CSFP as at 31st March 2014. And then we'll, step 1, we'll give some space. And step 2. Step 2, group structure. So let's go to the question and find out. What were the steps that we talked about? Step 1, we'll say you open up the consolidated statement of financial position. Step 2, group structure. Step 3, consolidated adjustments. Then the big 3, which is goodwill, NCI, which is non-controlling interest, and consolidated reserves. Then the calculations we have in terms of the goodwill, NCI, and consolidated reserve, we will take them and square them into the CSFP, which is in step 1. So step 2, we look at this. Let's read the question a bit. 1 says, Jenny purchased 5% of Becky 3 years ago. So this is Jenny. Jenny. Insert. I should have some symbols here that could give me what I want. No symbol. It's always good writing. Let me take this one and say insert. Good. So Jenny, and this is Becky. Clearly, we see here that Jenny is the parent. And this is subsidiary. Okay, we see down here, we see that this is a 75% CI, which is controlling interest, and 25% NCI, which is parent. And what's the duration? It says when the reserves, Jenny purchased 5% of Becky 3 years ago. Duration, 3 years ago. Just to sidetrack a bit from the question we are solving, you have to know the reason why we are doing most of these things. For the duration on which we said this 3 years ago, it is key because you need that duration will let you know the reserves, especially for the subsidiary, what it was when it was acquired and what it is now as at 31st of March 2014. But I'm sure you would have found that out. So step 2 is solved. Step 2 is group structure. These are steps we use in doing our consolidation. Step 1 is open up accounts. Good. Now, step 3. This is a consolidation adjustments. Okay, in step 3, we look at things like intra-company trading, if there are, do we have? We look at POP, provision for unrealized profits. If parent sold to subsidiary or subsidiary sold to parent, because you know they are all a group, and in a group, anything which is intra is cancelled out. You only make profit when you sell outside of the group, or expenses when it comes into the group. Then, which other things do we have? Intercompany trading, POP, those are the things that we look at. So let's look at the question now. Step by step, question 1. Before question 1, let's look at the statement of financial position. Non-current assets, tangibles, investment in Becky, inventory, receivables, bank, there's nothing like accounts in anything. So let's go to the numbers. 1, Jenny purchased 5% of Becky 3 years ago when the reserves of Becky were $1,000. At the time, some of Becky's tangibles had a book value of 1,000 naira and a market value of $2,000. The assets have a remaining useful life of 5 years. Okay. So we have an adjustment to make. He said at the time, some of Becky's tangibles had a book value of 1,000 naira. So I will say per question, first adjustment we have. Fair value to Becky's tangibles. So Becky's tangibles is plus $1,000. At the time, some of Becky's tangibles had a book value of 1,000 and the market value of 2,000. So that is clearly 2,000 minus 1,000. And we have $1,000 for the fair value. Something else, we're supposed to do something else here again. Now, tangibles, $1,000. That means 3 years ago, the tangibles where the fair value was supposed to be at 2,000 and it was kept at 1,000. Means that depreciation had been carried on for 1,000. We have an extra 1,000. So in terms of consolidation reserves, we look at intracompany trading, we look at POP, and the one I forgot to mention is we look at accumulated depreciation. I'm going to color this. Accumulated depreciation. Take note of this one very well. So out of this, 3 years ago, we are going to do this, which is $1,000 divided by 5 years. The calculator, it will give us 200 per year. Annual. Multiplied by 3 years will give us 600 accumulated depreciation. Any question about this? If you don't understand this, any question about this? You will see where we're going to use this. Go through your format, I will show you something. This is 38. I want to show you something in here. You can see very well in page 29, part of the adjustments which we do. If you read this very well, you see post-acquisition accumulated depreciation, it only affects the consolidated, only affects this here for the net assets. Just bringing it to your notice. Okay, let's do another one for consolidated adjustments. What other one do we have? Let's see. It says 2. On 31st March 2014, which is when we are consolidating, Jenny sent a check to Becky to clear an outstanding liability of $500. Becky did not receive the check until 6th of April 2014. There are no other transactions between the two group companies. Do you agree that this is intra-company trading? Do you agree this is intra-company trading? Intercompany trading. So I wait for your response. I want you to be comfortable with debit and credits in terms of the exam question. It will help the exam, it will help you pass on your message well to the examiner. Now we have Jenny and we have Becky. Jenny sent a check to Becky to declare an outstanding liability of $500, meaning that Jenny has reflected this in her books. Jenny, the parent, has reflected these $500 in her book already. Thank you, Idioma. Already. But Becky, the subsidiary, is yet to receive this. Cash is in transit. Then the parent has reflected this already in her book, but Becky is yet to receive this. That is called cash in transit, CIT. How are we going to account for this in terms of the adjustments? Debit and credit never lies. It never lies. So I would say, let's put dollars here. I love this one, dollars here. Then we put debit here. I always like the credit to be here. I'll put credit here. Good. So for credit, we have to reduce. Okay, for debit, this is clearly CIT. CIT is called cash in transit. Debit cash in transit 500. Cash in transit is for the parents, and we reduce these receivables. That is Becky. Reduce Becky's receivables. $500. Now I'll explain on this a bit. Let me switch the camera so that you can see my face a bit. That would make it a bit. And you need to switch to camera. No. But let me just, the easiest way to do this is we do a T account. Let's just note the account. It is the account. And this is receivable. Remember, this is receivable I'm about to do is for Becky. Okay. We all know this is debit and this is credit. The account never lies. Now, receivables is always a debit. So peradventure, let's use for example, or rather, I pick from the question, not per example. For Becky, Becky's receivables is $2,000. And in light of this, Becky's receivable being $2,000. If we want to reduce the receivables, what do we do? Remember that what we are trying to do is cancel out intercompany trading. And in canceling out intercompany trading, let me also put this one. Let me make it like this. I hope you can see this one. Now I will say this is Jenny's account. CIT. So normally if you credit the receivables, you are reducing the amount, you are reducing the asset that is there. Then if you credit the receivables, means you have paid the person. So it goes out from where? Your bank. But in this particular case, note 2 says Jenny has already sent a check to Becky. So already in Jenny's book, it is said that it is being removed. Let me even put another thing to make it very clear. This is, let me change this to bank. Bank. And I change this to CIT. I'm using figures from the statement of financial position. We have 2,000, which is in order with this 2,000, because I need you to understand the concept so it's not confusing. 2,000 here. Then for Jenny, we have bank 5,500. Now, 5,500 bank is an asset. It clearly shows that this is $5,500. And in note 2, he said, Jenny sent a check to Becky to clear an outstanding liability of $500. Meaning that in the T account for this bank has already been credited $500 in here. So let's say this is the end. This is what happened here. take it here. You have to get the picture. This is here. Good. Here. Let's have a debit balance. Here. At least we know that this is 2,000. We don't know about this one. Take this out. I hope you know where we are picking this figure. This figure is from here, because from the T account is being taken to the balance, which comes down here. Now 551 is this. 2,000 is receivables here. Now, from this, it clearly shows that there was 500 here that was credited from note 2 to clear out an account. If 500 was credited, there was a 500 credited here, meaning that this was 6,000. Then this is carry forward. This is carry forward to balance this up. This is carried forward down here. 6,000. Somehow this is carried forward down here. This is brought down, blah, 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 blah. I guess you understand what I mean. Balance here, 2,000. Please. Okay, I'm still here. We should do now to collect the account for enter trading. Okay, do we understand now? Hello. Now, what I was trying to explain for us, because this will definitely come up in the exams. If you understand the T account way, it makes everything easy. When Jenny was paying the money, of course, what did I do? Sorry, this is credit bank. Credit bank, debit, payables. So when Jenny was paying the money, of course, in paying the money, there's a credit to your bank, reduce the asset in the bank, and you debit the payables. That was what Jenny did. Remember, there are two companies, they are on their own. Now, for Becky, which is here, this is Jenny. We are through with Jenny. Now, this is Becky. For Becky, which is here now, for Becky, which is here now, Becky has not received that money. Because clearly it was said here that Becky received the money as at 6th of April 2014. Our goal is not to sort the squaffle of who received or who didn't receive. Our goal is to remove whatever thing that looks like intercompany trading in the account. We want to remove that 500. The person that received, it has to be taken out of the account. Meaning that there was a credit to the bank for Jenny. We have to take it out. And how are we going to take it out? Via cash in transit. Because this cash in transit now, we are still going to take this cash in transit over here, so you know. And we are going to add that cash in transit to the bank. So all these things I'm doing here now is so that this credit here, which was here, we'll have to debit it. And the debit for here, because of its transit, is the cash in transit. On the statement of financial position in terms of the bank, we are going to still add this to the bank. And this other one, because of the receivables here, is still showing 2,000. The receivables here is still showing 2,000. If we take it like that, it will go into, we'll have to add it up. We're going to reduce this receivables, which is an asset, by this. I think I explained too much. But I really want to know if you understand. I hope I didn't confuse anybody. Peace. It's all clear now. Please, I need us to respond. It's all clear now. So those are the two adjustments we have. That would lead us now to net assets. So we do our net assets. Net asset at Let us set at fair value of subsidiary at date of acquisition, consolidation. Okay. For the net assets, these are the constant things we have there. Ordinary share capital, share premium, share premium. These figures will always be the same. So, and it's for the subsidiary. So we'll go straight and we put 3,000. 3,000, which is the same as this. For the share premium, 1,000 is the same as this. Then where we'll now go to retained earnings. Remember, this is all for the subsidiary. Consolidation, reserves, that's the same thing as reserves. Consolidation here, we have 500. This is retained earnings, the money that Ijoma Abbas has in her bank as of today. 3 years ago, she married her husband. How much did she have in her account? That is what we are trying to know. So in here, we look at it. Let's go to the question again. And find out how much it was that they had. Jenny purchased 5% of Becky 2 years ago when the reserves of Becky were 1,000. We have that here. So 1,000. Presto. Now we bring in our workings. So we have an adjustment. Fair value adjustment. Remember the one we talked about here, where we said the adjustment was 1,000. I think the adjustment was 1,000. So it comes in here now. For fair value adjustment, it affects at acquisition. Remember, it was 3 years ago. It's the same thing now. Next is we have depreciation. I would call it depreciation. Depreciation will never affect at acquisition. So this is 0. And what did we calculate? We have ticked this one. We have done this. Anyone we do, I think we should tick it and know that we have done it. So we don't go back to it again. I don't want to have to do things twice. Where is my mark? Where I say it is good. Okay, no need. I just come here and I say done. $600. And we come here and we put 600. So clearly, down here, we do our calculations. $6,000. No, something is wrong. This is a negative. 9,900. 9,900. So I have to be checking on you ladies to be sure that we are all together. Please confirm. You're there. I need confirmation you're there before I continue. Ah, okay. Thank you very much. I just needed to be sure that somebody was listening. Okay. Thank you, Joma, for being there. So this is normally used in goodwill calculation. Why the difference of this? It's used. Why is this thing not showing? I like using my symbols. Why this one is used? The difference is used in NCI and consolidated reserves calculation. Okay, let's review what we have done because we are going to the big three and we'll soon be done. Open up accounts. This is the last part we are going to go to. Group structure, we've done it. Consolidation adjustment, fair value adjustment, we have done this one. This one, we have also done it. I've also done it. Now, this will reflect also on the group CSFP. So this 500, we have done it to reflect in the CSFP. This was plenty explanation with T accounts, maybe necessary, maybe not necessary. Then this is net assets. So we are going to the big three, which is goodwill, non-controlling interest, and consolidated reserves. I think this one should be quick. We should be able to do this sharp. So we'll go to goodwill. I've done this before, so this should be very easy for us to do. So I will just go CI, which is Jenny's. Investment at cost. What is it? What you don't understand? We look down here. It says Jenny is not here. Once it's not here, we'll go to the question. I'll look at it. Investment in Becky, 5,000. Good. 5,000. NCI. at fair value at acquisition. Now we'll come here, let's look at note 3. It says Jenny has a policy of valuing non-controlling interest, which is in NCI, at fair value at the date of acquisition. For this purpose, the share price of Becky at this date should be used. The market price of each Becky share was $2.5 times, then what is the share? Remember that down here, I'm coming. Let's go up here. NCI is at 25%, so it's 25% of the shares, the total shares of the subsidiary. 25%. So this is 25%. Okay, now what is the share? Share capital, remember it is $1, 3,000. 3,000. Because if I'm using Excel, it's going to be very easy. I'm just going to take this here and plug it in here. What have I done wrong? I put a comma. Voila, we have this here. That's for NCI. For calculating goodwill, remember. Now, we said we normally use this for calculating goodwill. So, of course, now we now do less subsidiaries net assets at acquisition, which is 6,000 less. So that's going to be 6,000. And this will be our goodwill at acquisition. Sharply, and we have it here. By now, we should be comfortable with this calculation. Goodwill. But I'm sure there's impairment here, so let's go down and see. It says, note 4, goodwill on acquisition has been impaired by 125. Very good. We now say less goodwill impairment a question. Question says let 125. So the figure we are looking for is this, which is goodwill at net book value in CSFP. That is going to be, voila, we have this sorted out. Any question, you type it and I see. Done, dusted. So we'll go to the next one. In the exam, you have to be fast. NCI. You know, for the goodwill, like I told you the other time, I said, you're trying to, this is the cost, you and somebody want to buy a house, you bring 80 naira, this is the part of the 80 naira, then your sister brings 20 naira, this is part of the 20 naira. At the end of the day, you found out the cost of buying the thing is like 80 naira, is the 80 naira. So your goodwill is the 20 naira, which is this one. I now said, if the fridge is spoiled, let's say it's, the fridge is supposed to cost 20 and it's costing 10, it's impaired by 10. This is it. So basically, that's the analogy I use. Non-controlling interest. Clearly, we have solved part of that. We have a bit of that figure in the calculation. For the non-controlling interest, it is clearly we are going to use the fair value of the non-controlling interest, which is this, which we have calculated already. So I'm just going to do copy and paste down here. Voila. Then percentage plus NCI percentage of post-acquisition earnings. And like I told you before, I said it. I am here. It's not clear. It's faint. Shit. Okay. It's not clear. Why? Do the Excel. Excel.